Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to my Learn the Cards channel, and I am finally starting my birth card series, starting with the aces. So you're an ace of hearts, so you were born on December 30th. Now, what does it mean to be an ace of hearts? What does ace of hearts represent? So how I'm going to break this down for you guys is I'm going to explain the life spread for an ace of hearts. So here's the spread laid out below, and you will see Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, and cards underneath these planets. This is what's known as the life spread for the ace of hearts. So under Mercury, you will see ace of diamonds. So ace of hearts have a double ace influence, which often leads ace of heart people to be extremely impulsive. A word of advice if you're an ace of hearts: think before you act. Try not to be too impulsive and jump on the next thing without really thinking too much into it, as they often do. Ace of diamonds in Mercury means that you're going to be really focused on money and how to attain money. If it's not about money, it's about values. So you're always talking about values and what you value, and your philosophies about what's important to you will come out a lot through your speech, because Mercury rules your communication. So these are things that you will think about often, about how to make more money and things like that. Now moving on to your Venus card, you're going to see Queen of Diamonds. Queen of Diamonds represents kind of like a lavish lifestyle. So be careful not to overspend on looks, overspend on the brands, overspend on the nice cars, Beamers, Audis. I'm not saying that is you, but Queen of Diamonds in Venus can show someone that spends a lot on their homes, spends a lot of money to make their homes look nice, spend a lot of money on their vehicles, spend a lot of money on their relationships especially. And they like people in their relationships to be looking nice, not looking like a bum. So Queen of Diamonds can show ace of hearts people like to kind of live lavishly, but like I said, be careful of that impulsive nature. This is why they're always thinking about how to make more money, because they like to throw it into their homes, throw it into their relationships. Mars is the Five of Hearts card. What does this mean? So ace of hearts have a tendency, actually all aces have this tendency, to be a bit promiscuous. So I'm not saying it's you, I'm not saying that you're going out and being a serial dater, but there always is that possibility, because they tend to be a bit restless. All aces are a bit restless in love sometimes because they're trying to find that specific person, so they will just on to the next, on to the next, on to the next, on to the next, till they find someone. Then they're fine. When it's run its course, they have no problem saying see ya. So Five of Hearts can lead someone to be a bit promiscuous. However, it can also really make you extremely creative. Your ideas just like pop into your head, like, what? I can make some money out of that. What? I could do something with that. Ace of Hearts always have really good ideas, and they're very ambitious, and their ambition really goes towards creating things. They have like a restless nature within them, so they don't really stop until they find something that really suits them. So it's really best interest for an ace of hearts to work-wise find something that they could work around their own type of schedule, because like I said, they're a bit too impulsive, they're a bit restless, they need something with a lot of variety. And this goes for relationships too. You would do best dating people with a very wide variety of interests. Three of Clubs in Jupiter. Three of Clubs is known to be like a big writer card. So ace of hearts can be really good writers, journalists, poets. It gives them a gift of writing. You'd also have to look and see though in your horoscope, which I'm kind of drifting off topic, but it's important to look at your planetary placements in your birth chart using either Western astrology or Vedic astrology to really see how well you would do in a certain field, depending on how those planets are placed. If they're placed very well, then you could be a great writer. If they're not placed so well, then maybe not so much. With the threes, it also comes a really strong worrisome nature. So you have to be careful to not be so indecisive. Try not to be too indecisive, because this is also another possibility with 3s. You get a lot of indecision. Indecision about work, indecision about people, indecision about friends, indecision about your life in general, just completely and utterly confused. Now you see another 3, a 3 of spades in your Saturn period. So this is really what I'm trying to explain to you, is you gotta try to be not so worrisome. Try not to be so indecisive, because it can bring you a lot of stress. When you have odd cards like 3s, 7s, 5s, especially under Saturn's influence, Saturn represents the karmas of your life. It represents the lessons that you learn. So you're going to learn a lot through your indecisions, and it gives you a lot of creativity, but it can also just really stress you out, just not knowing what to do. A lot of stress in work life and stress when it comes to your health. You can just feel extremely stressed about it. However, 3 of spades tends to make someone extremely artistic. It's known as like the artistry card. So really good artists, if you're into performing arts or anything like that, you'll see a lot of people, they might even go into that for work, because 3s are very creative. It's a creative number. When you're not creating, you're restless, so try to be more on the creative side. So 9 of hearts in Uranus. Uranus represents instability. It represents uncertainty, but it also represents your friends. It represents spirituality and technology. What does it mean? It means that you're a giver when it comes to your friends. You are the one that's always giving. You might feel like you give too much, actually, to your friends, but you know, you're the one, if they want to come to for advice, you really give it your all, you really think about it, and you put things through. You can have unexpected emotional disappointments when it comes to your friends. You can have unexpected endings with friends that just like, how did we just stop being friends? Finally, you have the 7 of clubs in your Neptune period. Neptune represents your fantasies, your illusions. It represents traveling, long distance travel. Careful about your thoughts. 7 of clubs tends to let people think a little bit too negatively or worry too much. Like I said, all these odd cards, especially club cards, can bring a lot of mental uneasiness. You have to make sure that you're not like worrying over imaginary problems. Like, don't just create problems that aren't there. This is a very spiritual card also, so you can be extremely spiritual and be open to a lot of spiritual knowledge and psychic activity sometimes. So pay attention to your dreams and to your intuition. So guys, this was my analysis of an Ace of Hearts birth card. If you liked it, subscribe and wait to learn some more.
Every day I'm shuffling.